Am I the asshole for not letting my stepmom be buried with my dad? When I, 24 male, was very young, my dad was diagnosed with cancer. He survived, but it was very close, and my mum bought a 3-person burial site in our local cemetery just in case he died, so that one day we could be buried together. About 5 years after his cancer scare, my mum died in an accident at work. Pretty much immediately after, my stepmom came into the picture. It was pretty clear from the get-go that she was only interested in dad because of mum life insurance plus the accidental death payout. She had 2 kids from prior marriages, dad was her third. My dad was devastated from losing mum, and I think he just saw my stepmom as an easy person to comfort him. I absolutely do not blame his for the shit she put me through. My preteen and teen years sucked because of her. I was continuously bullied by her kids and her. I wasn't allowed to join sports teams or socialize after school. If I wasn't studying, then I was cleaning, and if I protested, then I would go without meals. My dad died about 8 years after mum did, and my stepmom immediately kicked me out. I was only 15 at the time. There was a huge fight over my dad's assets because he left almost everything to me. Long story short, she has just died. Her children have approached me and asked that she be buried next to dad and mum. I have refused. They're now lambasting me all over SM and to mutual friends, accusing me of being mean and that she was dad's wife and should be buried next to him. Am I the asshole here? Not the asshole. She made it clear by kicking you out as a child that you are not her family. Why should she be buried next to yours? Not the asshole. That's your plot. They have no right to demand it and should have no expectation you would give it to a woman who kicked you out as a 15-year-old orphan. My guess is they just don't want to buy their mother a plot. Not the asshole. That is a family plot allocated prior to their marriage. Had he any intention of being buried with her, your dad would have taken the means to do so. Ignore them, block them, whatever. You have done nothing wrong. It's not her resting place. Even Cinderella's stepmother didn't kick her out of the house. Not the asshole. I'm sorry for everything you went through growing up. Not the asshole. Your mom purchased the plots specifically for the 3 of you. You don't owe your stepmom anything. Not the asshole. I'm so sorry you've had to deal with so much by 24. I can't imagine how difficult it's been. No, you aren't TA. Those plots are for you, your mom and your dad. There's not a 4th available. Did you manage to protect all the assets rightfully left to you? Not the asshole. Your bio parents made their requests pretty clear when they got the 3 of you plots together. Your dad had years to update his wishes if he had wanted to. At this point the decision is yours and you are allowed to make it however you want. Given how things went between all of you, I agree with your sentiment and encourage you to stay strong. Not the asshole. The plot next to your parents is already taken. If she wanted to be buried next to him, she could have bought a spot next to him years ago. She didn't, so apparently she didn't really care. Not the asshole. Your mother bought the gravesites. She would not have felt the need to supply a gravesite to a woman who mistreated her child. Not the asshole. Your mom bought the 3rd plot for you to be buried by your parents. It was not bought for your stepmom. Simple as that. Her kids can find somewhere else to bury their mom. Not the asshole. This sounds like a real-life rendition of Cinderella, just modernized. Not the asshole, dude. Just not the asshole. She sounds awful. I am glad you survived. Not the asshole. Block them and anyone who dares to criticize you over this. They are not worth your time, so please don't be troubled another moment over this. Not the asshole. Obviously, they just don't want to pay for a plot. Info. Did your dad ever indicate that he wanted her buried there with him? Not the asshole. The plot was for your mom and dad, your family. Also, why do you have anything to do with this decision when they kicked you out at a teen? I know you don't blame your dad, but I assign some of the blame for not protecting you here. At least he did with his will, but still. Block the stepsiblings on socials with a quick reminder that she couldn't wait to kick you out of the family when she could, but I'm petty. The plot is yours. Do not give it up. Not the asshole. I would continue to refuse. Your mother bought the 3-person burial site with the sweet intention of her, your dad, and you being together after death. From the sounds of it, your stepmonster made no effort to be part of your life and certainly ensured you weren't part of hers. Her kids have no right to demand that she be buried there. I imagine your mother would find it abhorrent as well, were she alive. So sorry for all the loss you've been through, by the way. She was horrid to you, and made it clear you are not family ro her as she kicked you out as a child after your dad died. So no, she's not family and does not deserve to be buried by your parents. Her kids are cheapskates and just don't want to buy her a plot. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. They just have realized what it costs to buy a plot. They can get her cremated and have her ashes spread there, and you can go by later with a leaf blower. Not the asshole. That plot is yours. If your dad didn't make plans to be with the ex, that's just the way it is. Not the asshole. Your mom bought that plot for you. Not for your abuser. No, absolutely not the asshole. That burial plot is for you. She does not own it, she never owned it. Do not do it. It is yours and it would be against your mother's wishes to have her buried in it. Never ta. Tell them to take a hike. To the next available graveyard. Not the asshole. You own the grave. It's yours. The empty plot is for you when your time comes. That's why your mom bought it. Don't waste it on her. They can buy their mother a plot they actually have a right to, not mooch a free one off of someone she abused. Not the asshole. But, you should blame your dad if he allowed your stepmom to treat you badly. It was his responsibility to protect you there and not let his new wife treat you badly. He dropped the ball as a parent if he stood by and watched his child be bullied and abused by his wife. That being said, I don't think you are in the wrong for not wanting her to be buried there. There is obviously bad blood. Not the asshole, she's their mother and they should arrange her burial without involving you. Block away and remind everyone that she abused you and tried to steal from you if they have anything to say about it. Not the asshole. Stand strong. Not the asshole. She chose to not be part of your family after your father died and she kicked you out. You don't owe them anything. They're probably only asking to save money on her burial. Not the asshole. Your mom bought that plot for the three of you, and it is not hers. Their opinions and stances don't have any bearing or weight on what you are doing. Info. Did they kick up a fuss in your defense when you were being Cinderella'd as a child? Did they say anything to anyone when you, an orphan, was ejected with no place in this world to go to? BC, I have a feeling these jerks don't want to fork out for the resting real estate for their mother. Not the asshole. Your mom purchased those burial plots for herself, your dad and you, so that the three of you could be buried together. It wouldn't make a difference if your stepmother was a saint. Your mother purchased them for her family. Those were her wishes, so that's what should be honored. Do not let her be buried there. Just don't. I also am confused why your father allowed her and her kids to terrorize you. You seem to paint him as the saint here. Info. Is your name Cinderella? Not the asshole. So not let her be buried by your father. That's your spot and will save your own family money in the future. Your mom wouldn't have wanted it, and you don't want it. I'm sure your dad even wouldn't want it. Do not let them do this. Stay strong. Does she already own a plot next to your dad? Are they proposing unburying him and moving him? How would this even happen? Edit. Not the asshole, since wicked stepmother does not already own a plot next to dad's and her family is asking Op to give up his own plot for his abuser. Preposterous. Not the asshole. Tell them all to go straight to hell and don't look back. First tell them it's designated for your pet rat. Not the asshole. Even if she hadn't been evil to you, that spot is for you, not your stepmom. NTA. If they want her buried next to him, they need to buy the plot near his grave. That third one is for you. Do not back down here, Op. Her and her family treated you like crap. Simply block and ignore their demands. The three plots were designated for you, your mom and your dad. Not your dad, your mom and your stepmom. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. How the turntables. Throw her in the trash. How you write this and then ask, AITA. Boy, no fucking way. They literally made your life hell. Fuck those hoes. Not the asshole. That burial plot is not intended for her. Nope. Not the asshole. Leave her corpse to rot in a field like the animal she is. Not the asshole. Honesty, the first thing said was an involuntary, F her. Sounds like her kids just don't want to have to pay for a burial plot. Block them and good riddance. I'm sorry about your parents. Not the asshole. I'm sorry for the loss of both your parents. Not the asshole, the burial plot is yours, not hers. How dare her children do this to you? I'm so sorry for everything you've been through. Not the asshole. They can die mad and you won't bury them next to your dad either. Not the asshole. These stories kill me, man. That's so cruel of your stepmom. I hope someone here can help you win back your assets and stuff. Not the asshole. Fuck her. Not the asshole.